I want to show you what it feels like when you run top 40 company in the United States.
I have not slept in 2 days from traveling, and here I am dealing with your fucking shit. Because your job, I don't care if it's QC's job or whoever's job it is, but they need to get it fucking done.
My videographer, Igor, he did not want to even, he's like, I don't like this, I'm not going to put it in the camera.
I lived on a heart pump for 3 years where I didn't have a heartbeat, I didn't have a pulse, just a blood flow to keep my organs alive while I waited for a heart. Just come over here and ring the bell, and everyone's going, yay! And then we can get pumped up, and then we go out in the field and we dominate it. What do I have left to prove? You know, I don't have anything to prove. You know, let someone come in who wants to take it over and run it, right?
Today, I have a very, very special treat for you. We're coming to you from Kansas City, visiting by volume the biggest company we ever visited. They're number 39 on top 100 roofing companies in the country. This is company number 9 out of last 10 companies we're gonna visit in our Legacy Last Dance tour. And this company is nothing short of amazing. Garen Armstrong built amazing brand, and you're gonna see how he did it. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Garen Armstrong, and I'm the owner of Shamrock Roofing and Construction.
You have a lot of trailers, a lot of cars. Do you know how many trailers, how many trucks you have?
Well, we had 150 at the max trucks. And then with the insurance raising and all that, we started getting rid of some trucks as we were looking to some ideas to either give an allowance to the project manager to have their own trucks. Now we're down to 80 trucks.
80 trucks, okay.
Yeah.
What about the trailers?
The trailers we have, well, we got 3 here, but we have like a couple trailers at each location.
Oh, you're talking about dump trailers, 3.
Yeah, dump trailers 3.
Oh, you have 4 actually.
Yeah, 4, yeah. And then...
You know anything about your company?
Well...
Okay. How many enclosed trailers you have?
3 over here, a couple there. We have 1 down, 4
trailers right
4.
here.
we have a couple in each location, and so like they're full of
who's
5
making
and
buying
6.
decisions? Like, are you
4.
personally buying trailers and trucks, or someone else?
Yeah, so like we'll say, hey, look, we need a gutter machine. So inside of them, you have like a 5-inch and 6-inch gutter machine, and another one you have a metal brake, so that if a crew needs something, we got it for them, so that we can help, you know, help speed up the process.
But
and make things go
who is
efficient.
buying them?
I do. So Shamrock was started in 1977 by my dad, and it was really just a handyman service business, and he was doing everything: electrical, some roofing, plumbing.
Let's just do 1 second until he moves a little bit away.
I met these guys. I was on a walk in my neighborhood, and they were like digging out a tree stump, and I meet them, and I'm like, hey, can you do some work on my house? Next thing you know, I got them working on my house, I got them working on the business, I got them like, so
this is your company, this is not
yeah,
City?
yeah, it's my company.
Them.
Yeah, and I like got them so much business now.
Let's see if he knows his numbers. How much to cut the grass at Shamrock?
It's probably, they probably do it for, I don't know, $100. I don't know.
Have you ever fired anyone for what they did in your vehicle, or?
Oh yeah, I've had like a husband and wife team get in like a domestic situation on a fight in the side of the road.
Really?
Yeah.
You let them go?
And like they're fighting, and the cops came over and they arrested them both, right? And
You're
so
talking about road rage on a company truck.
They were fighting themselves.
Oh, okay. In a company truck.
In a company truck. And so yeah, they got fired, and we had to go pick up the truck.
I want to show you what it feels like when you run top 40 company in the United States. When we're gonna walk through this door, there's a big picture. It's very, very Italian. Let's go. I want you to explain that to me. If you have a small business, you will not understand.
Well, I first want to say that I didn't.
Hold on. My videographer, Igor, he did not want to even, he's like, I don't like this, I'm not gonna put it in the camera. It's like, no, this is the story of big companies, so we have to, like, come on, what's the story here?
Okay, so
And Garen's like, I don't like it either, but
this story is, we have all these people working for us, and then somebody came up and put these pictures over people's faces that are no longer with us, for a reason.
when you make company pictures, think about in the future, some of those people might not be around anymore.
I took over Shamrock Roofing and Construction in 2016 for my family. Prior to that, I was in software, and then I took over Shamrock, and I've been running it for the last 10 years. It started in 1977, and my dad passed away in 2016, and it was really small. It wasn't just roofing, it was everything. Electricity, plumbing,
So Shamrock was
everything.
a family business.
Yes. Everything changed in 2015 when I found out my dad had cancer, and he'd fought it hard for 2 years, and in 2016 he passed. It was hard work. I didn't want to do that shit growing up, right? But I knew it all. Plumbing, electrical, all that. And I was blessed to have my dad teach me all of these trades.
So what were you doing for the company when your parents were around?
So when I was around, well, after like high school, I was like, this is hard work. I'm going to college.
I'm not doing this.
I'm not doing this. So that's when I got into software and finance. But then when my dad got sick and he got from cancer, 2 years battling it, the business went pretty much down to zero. And my mom said, Garen, what do you want to do to the business? And I said, well, I want to take it over. I want to take it to the moon. And
What year was that?
that was in 2016.
2016.
Yeah. And so during
So
that
only
time,
10 years?
10 years.
Wow.
And so, still her company, because then I got sick. It was going to put everything in my name, but it was like, why put everything in my name when I have a heart failure?
When did you have heart failure?
2018.
2 years later. Okay.
Yeah. So it was really just getting off, and so then it didn't make any sense to do that. And so she was the boss applesauce, and I kind of I'm a Class A general contractor. I had a license, and then these are.
She looks like a boss.
Yes, she is. I lived on a heart pump for 3 years, where I didn't have a heartbeat, I didn't have a pulse, just a blood flow to keep my organs alive while I waited for a heart for 3 years. And I worked for 3 years with a cord hanging out of me and batteries that I'd put in my sides so that I could look like I was normal, but I really wasn't normal because I was living on a heart pump with no heartbeat.
Are you proud of this, making top 100 list? How many years have you been in this list?
Quite a few, but breaking 40, being in the top 40, like 39th, I mean, that was really an honor.
Was it a goal?
Yeah, it was a goal, and because I don't have a partner, I don't have anyone invested a dollar into me, and I'm competing against billion-dollar businesses that do commercial work in the Northeast and privately backed independent companies and everybody else. And so to be 39th in the nation since 2016, for the most part, that's pretty amazing. But I also want to say that's a vanity number, right? That's a vanity number.
Explain that.
Vanity, it's your top line revenue. All these roofers want to say I done 10 million or 60 million or 70 million. Well, that's great, but what's your net? What do you take home? I spent a lot of money after the heart transplant, to the American Heart Association and Donate Life and veterans, do a lot with veterans. What do I have left to prove? I don't have anything to prove. Let someone come in who wants to take it over and run it, right? And so I prayed about it, because the other thing was like, Garen, I can't even have a relationship because I'm married to the business.
You're having a good hail year, I see.
A very good hail.
This is a very good hail year, yes. Lots of storms.
Who produced this map? Like what app or what?
So we use Hail Trace.
So this is Hail Trace
Yes,
data?
yes. Derek
Do
Klein and I.
do you always do it? Do you always?
Yeah, every year we create new maps in every market. It helps kind of overlay the other, the ghost storms. Like you see, like these have been hit by multiple different storms. So I'd be here and it's overlaying right there. And so those are good areas to be hitting because everyone wants to go hit the swath, the big swath, which we go and dominate. Don't get me wrong. I'm always the first person there, and I'm there, right? So we dominated that already. Yeah.
What's your percentage between retail and insurance?
So with the insurance changes in terms of increased deductibles, different models, we almost do. It's a hybrid of retail. So I used to say 90% of it's insurance, 10% of it's like pure retail. But really what it's done now is you're retailing out the insurance jobs. Like now we're just, because they can't afford their deductible, they can't do that. I'm like, okay, well, here's what it is, and you're financing the job and you're putting a hard number on.
I would think
retail.
with your branding, with your presence in the market, you're probably getting a lot of referrals, a lot of calls, just as a roofer in town.
Yes. Saturday morning sales meeting. We have every Saturday we have a sales meeting.
Okay.
And then after the meeting, it's what time is it? And then we have the showtime board up there. So everyone yells, "It's showtime!" And then like someone who got the shout out or whatever gets to come over here and ring the bell, and everyone goes, "Yay!" And then we can get pumped up, and then we go out in the field and we dominate it.
Something I like about working at Shamrock that's different from other places is that it's very family oriented. They allow you to have a great work-life balance, and that's something as a mom of two I appreciate greatly.
Is that there's so much camaraderie here, and it's really easy for me to ask questions if I need help with anything, and there's always someone to help out and always someone willing to give me a hand to figure out what I need to do. So,
and the team continued to grow and surrounding me and seeing me lead with no heartbeat, and they're like, man, if this guy's out there climbing on roofs and knocking, like, there's no excuse for me not to be out there. But it was like I was all in. I'm a single dad and my kids, and I had to perform for them. Like I didn't have, there was no trust fund. There's no money for me. I had to, and so I worked nonstop with no heart, for that amount of time, and that culture around us was built on like caring and love, and the fact that death is knocking on everybody's door, and we're going to do this together, and we grew it together.
I love Shamrock for the vision that they have for the future. They think big and they work small, so their heart is in all the individual details, and they care about each individual person.
We are busy day in and day out. We're constantly growing. I also am very grateful for the team that we have here. They make every day worth coming in, and we have a good time as we work, so yeah.
They run the production boards, our crews in each markets, help with bids, estimates,
How
everything.
many people you have in production?
Well, Travis, how many people we got in production? And
So we have 3 production assistants. We have a production for repairs, and then we have our boss, Alex, who's the production manager.
I'm sitting here with 2 videographers and the most influential roofing podcaster, and I'm driving around God's green earth with these roofs with no protection on these roofs. I have not slept in 2 days from traveling, and here I am dealing with your fucking shit. Because your job, I don't care if it's QC's job or whoever's job it is, but they need to get it fucking done. And shit rolls uphill. So that means it's on you.
How to get fired from Shamrock as a crew?
Well, as of yesterday, he's not putting up the tarps when we sent him out there.
So we were driving yesterday to 2 job sites, and there's no tarps. They're there, but they're not put up.
So that's a big reason. Also, not showing up to builds, overcharging us, kind of trying to corner us into paying them more, but their work quality isn't there.
My biggest struggle is keeping all the project managers away from him so that he has time to work, because all the project managers want to come to Alex, call him at 5 in the morning. Hey man, what's going on? And so he's like, I got you. Everything's good, you know. So
We appreciate your order too.
Hey,
I promise you.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah,
like it.
this
But
is-
the
this is
price
the
you
guy.
see is the price you pay.
yes,
And it's probably the best pricing out there.
Yeah.
So when he told me that, I was like, let's do it, Garen.
that's the plug. That's a plug, right? You just heard him. You just heard the man has the best
I know
pricing,
the
out
pricing
there.
so
Yeah.
it was really good. So we
Yeah.
appreciate that. And also shout out to
It's Igor.
Igor.
He's right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
That's Igor.
Yeah.
I think it was Casey. I think I was talking.
Yep, Casey.
She was on the ball. I emailed her and then she gave me what I needed in like 2 minutes. So customer service 812.
Yeah.
Wow,
Boom.
boom. Thank you.
You
Look
didn't
at
expect
that.
you to get plugged
Look
up on
at-
that one.
Look
Yeah.
at that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
so that's also like the other part of our job, you know, not only builds, but also the warehouse, keeping it stocked. And
When we got here yesterday, we're like, okay, there's Shamrock, and I see one of your employees like walking down there. It's like, where's he going? And I turn around, I did not see it, and
Yeah.
Igor's already like filming this building. I'm like, Igor, look at that, and we're like, his eye goes, like, because this is like modern two-story. I mean,
Yeah.
This is like double the size than this, or
Yeah,
there's
that's 27,000 square feet.
wow,
That's 10,000 square feet. I got this land. I got all this land right here.
yeah, parking.
Parking. And so, which is great because, you know, like I got my conveyor trucks.
Yeah. No, this is super
Yeah.
cool. What does the industry assume about your story that's flat out wrong?
What do they assume about my story? Maybe that I inherited this business and I'm just growing a business that was already established and I'm just, you know, second generation, easy peasy.
Perception is there. Like when I look at the Shamrock, I thought it does look like a business that's been around for like 40 years.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until today that it's only been 10 years.
Yeah.
I also thought you were bigger and longer. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So this is the accounting department.
Oh wow, we haven't been here yet.
Well, hello, how are you? Good. This is Allison.
Hey, nice to meet
Allison's Dimitri.
I want to ask you a question. So you pay supplier bills.
Yeah.
So we were talking to your production department earlier, and they were saying that sometimes there is discrepancy of what they bill you versus what they're supposed to bill you. So it's your job to find that.
Yes, along with Sheila's help,
I see.
especially if it's a material. She'll get in
How
there.
often does it happen? How much do you think you save this company from overbilling or wrong bills?
Thousands of years, thousands in the year. I mean,
Tens of thousands?
Probably, because I go for not only finding the discrepancies, but also finding cheaper vendors
I see.
with the same product, or that can
Or so
give
you're
us better.
shopping around?
Yeah.
It's probably, they probably do it for, I don't know, $100. I don't know.
How much you
How
paying
much
those-
does it cost for us to get our grass cut? in
So
Shamrock?
it depends on if they do any extra work. If they're strictly just cutting the grass, Osco does it for like $400 a month.
So how often? Every week?
They are usually out here once a week.
So $100. You were right. He was right. $100 a week. That's a good price.
What I like about Shamrock is that it is very fast paced. You never know what you're going to get, what's going to walk through the door, and it always keeps you busy. There's never a dull moment.
This is the back office. This is where all the magic happened. Have you guys been through here yet?
No.
Okay, so
Giant printer.
yeah, giant printer. So sometimes
Oh,
I'll have
wow.
an office here. I keep it on the run, but
Look at that.
so this
I
is
did not expect this.
high five. How are you doing? How are you? Good to see you.
Hey, Dimitri.
This is Dimitri. Rachel, this is customer care. They answer the phones. We have our own calls. So they're the front face of Shamrock. So when the phone rings, they're answering it. It's a beautiful day at Shamrock Roofing, and so they bring the human element to the phone call when they call in.
Do you use AI answering?
We do have a system. I'm pretty sure it's your voice on the
Yes.
system, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So that's like usually our overflow calls that go to that, but majority of the calls we always answer and we take. We also have some virtual assistants like overseas that also take calls, so that's like our overflow of calls, but majority it's like me and Savannah answering them and talking. So yeah.
What kind of complaints you usually guys get?
A lot of them are usually going to be like one of two things: repair calls. A lot of people just call in, like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a complaint, but people saying like just asking for like a crew to come out there and like do repair anything. And then a lot of them are just like project follow-ups, like people just wanting to get in touch with their project managers, reach out, get a follow-up on the estimate, quotes, all of that stuff. So yeah.
How many calls you get per day as a business?
So we try to, our goal is to hit 40 appointments for the day. Sometimes we don't always hit that like on Tuesdays. Yeah. But usually calls, I don't know, I would say like.
It's a big range. It depends on the days. We have like busier days, like usually the end of the week is when we get kind of busy. People want to get it in before the weekend. I think they would range like personally like anywhere from like 30 to 50 calls probably per each of us. And now that ranges from like appointments, people calling in for repairs, or people just calling in for like looking for jobs. We get a lot of different calls, like marketing. It's a wide range.
How often do you get yelled at?
That depends. Hopefully not every day. It kind of depends. Like maybe like a couple times a week, if anything. But people just want to let it out.
They just want to vent. We let them. We try to smooth things over, handle it. So yeah.
And most often by the end of the call, they've calmed down. We can usually smooth it over.
My favorite part of working at Shamrock Roofing is definitely the back office people. Everyone's really friendly here, and I really love like my direct coworkers like Rachel and Reese. The hardest part of working here is probably when I occasionally get yelled at from homeowners or just waking up early, honestly.
Luis does a whole lot of work for me. He does. He's
Are you like human resources here?
A little bit. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. Help with entity management, HR issues. And then legal stuff when it comes in as well.
Strategy.
He called you yesterday. Tell me about that meeting. Was it brutal?
No, not at all. You know, every day is a great day. You know, and so you take things as they come. You know, it's nothing brutal. It's just you take it as it goes.
So Lord, come in and help me because I've got so much stuff going on. I've got Shamrock. I've got these buildings. I've got 250. 1099 and W-2 employees, and I got 450 subcontractors, and let's just say they have a wife or a significant other and one kid. That's about 2,000 people that I'm responsible for feeding. I haven't had a chance. I've been outrunning the traumas of my life growing this. So when I drive around and I put a roof on a house and with my kids, I always point out the roof, and I told them, hey, we put that roof on that house, and I take pride in that. And there's a lot of homes, and my kids will take pride in it too. They'll drive around and they'll see Shamrock signs, and they'll take a picture and they'll say, hey, Dad, look. And so it gives you a sense of pride in them too. So that's great.